So this is my bus to the airport at Buduraya bus station. Star Shuttle. So this is the Star bus from Kuala Lumpur to KLIA airport. The journey takes about 1 hour, and the price costs 12 ringgit, which is about £2. And these buses are quite comfortable actually. They're generally, they don't get too full. They're not like the ones that go to Central. And you can plug in your phone if you want to. They have USB sockets. And because they're generally quite empty, they're very comfortable. They go straight to the centre of Kuala Lumpur, which is Buduraya bus station, and that's close to Chinatown, and it's also quite convenient for Bukit Bintang. It's close to there as well. I could just walk there from the place I was staying. I've speeded this up a bit because otherwise it gets boring. So this is the check-in area at KLIA 2. This is where you need to check in if you're flying on Air Asia. It's a bit crowded sometimes, and this day was quite crowded. Here I'm just looking to see which check-in desk I have to use to check in for my flight. At KLIA 2, it's mostly just Air Asia, but the problem is that you have to check in at a different area depending on where you're flying to, and it is a bit chaotic. I went to use the machine, and only some of the machines work. The more modern, newer ones work. The old ones are a bit unreliable. And then for some reason it didn't recognize my name, so I had to end up going to the counter anyway. And then after I'd checked in and got my boarding pass at the counter, they didn't take my bag. They told me I had to go somewhere else to do that. So I went back to the machine. The first one didn't work. The second one worked, and I printed out a baggage tag, and then with that baggage tag I could go to the baggage drop and actually drop off the bag. So the whole process is it takes a while, But if you look around, you can find some machines that are less crowded. You can use any of them, so you can find the desks that are quiet and do it that way. Those are the new machines. Those ones work better. So this is where I had to queue to check in, because the machine didn't work. So if you want to have a massage, if you want to find somewhere quiet to relax, this is just above the entrance to departures. And there are plenty of massage chairs there. They cost about 10 ringgit for 10 minutes, I think. They also have some very funky toilets there. So getting to the gate in KLIA 2 takes quite a long time. You need to allow quite a long time to go through immigration and get to your gate, especially if it's crowded. At least an hour, but probably an hour and a half would be better. So here I am boarding my flight. There's quite a nice view from the jet bridge. Looks like we're the last flight out.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard the Asia Airways now. The World Best Local Airline for the 11th year running by Skytrack International. This is AK538.
So as you can see, just after we took off, we turned left and we flew right back over the airport at quite a low altitude. So in this part of the video you can see quite a good view of KLIA 2. That's that white building, and then coming up on the right is the other part of the Kuala Lumpur International Airport. You see, most of the flights seem to have left. The jet bridges are mostly empty, because I guess they have their flights in banks, and we were one of the last flights in that bank, which ended at about 6 p.m. So all of those, that white building is all Air Asia, and then these other buildings here. This is the KLA Terminal 1 and the satellite building, which has long. So there was, for a few seconds, a nice view of Kuala Lumpur, and you can see the beach and stuff. But then soon we were above the clouds, so there was nothing to see. But there was a nice sunset. So this is my food. I chose the roasted chicken. Air Asia has very good food, and it's always a good idea to order it in advance, and then you can definitely get what you want. At this point, I looked out the window and saw all of these little lights, and I think what you're looking at here are fishing boats, and this went on for quite a long time. There were lots and lots of them. So here we are coming into Phnom Penh International Airport. There wasn't really that much to see at night until the last few seconds before we touched down. There was some kind of delay because they didn't have enough gates at the airport, so we had to wait for that other aircraft there to push back so that we could get into the gate. So we were sitting waiting for about 10 minutes. So here we are finally pulling into the gate. So I'll show you a little bit of what it's like when you get off the plane. The airport isn't very big, and you very quickly get to baggage reclaim. And here's what you see when you come outside. Actually, I liked the design of the place. It was quite interesting. It was a bit like being in some kind of outdoor shopping mall. And they had this interesting looking cafe where I later went to get something to eat. Actually, the food here wasn't very good. It cost about $4 for what I had, and it didn't taste very good at all. But it does look nice, and the way they present the food is quite interesting. So here's the menu. I don't recommend eating here, but they do have free Wi-Fi, and you can plug in your phone if you want to and sit down there for a while if you like. And then all of these little desks have free SIM cards. So they're actually, you don't pay for the SIM card, but you pay for an internet package, so it's not really free, but you could, you don't pay for the SIM card itself. It costs about $10. So yeah, as I was saying, you can get an internet package for about $10. That gives you, I think, 1 month of almost unlimited internet. I didn't actually buy one. I was going to buy one. It cost $5 because I'm just staying for a few days. But they didn't. They put the card in my phone and it didn't work, and then they told me you have to try another one. And so then I just decided not to bother, because I have a Malaysian SIM card in my phone which also works here, and I don't really need it, so I didn't bother. And then I took a look around. They had these cash machines which, at first confused me because they only dispense dollars, and I was trying to find one that dispensed the local currency, and later I figured out that actually the currency here kind of is the dollar, and nobody really uses the local currency except for like small change. Those are the arrivals. The longest flight here seems to be coming from Dubai, and the rest of the flights are just going to other places within the Southeast Asia region. It's quite a nice airport, and worth spending some time. If you get off your flight, you don't need to go straight to the city. You can take a look around. It's quite interesting. And then this desk is for the railway. There's actually a train from the airport to the city, and they also have the timetables for the other trains around Cambodia. the railways in Cambodia were closed for a very long time, but they've reopened now, and they have quite a good service. So that's the time for the airport's train, which costs $2. So here's a close-up of the timetable. If you're going to take the train, you can see that the price is $2.50, and I think the last train is something like 6 o'clock. So if you arrive after 6 o'clock, it's too late, you can't take the train, but that's fine. There are also taxis. A taxi costs about $8, and a tuk-tuk costs about $4 if you book it with a Grab app, which is what I did, what I'd recommend. So here's my tuk-tuk leaving the airport. I was kind of lucky because I found it quite easily, but I think it might be difficult to actually find the tuk-tuk if you call it using the Grab app, because the airport has a lot of different places where they might stop. So I'd recommend probably to go to a cafe like the Park Cafe and choose that as the location, because then it will be easier for the tuk-tuk to find you. So probably, I'd say the departure location is the Park Cafe. I chose a tuk-tuk instead of a taxi, which costs half as much. It costs $4 instead of $8, because I thought it would be just as comfortable. Really, I'm just traveling by myself, and this time of night it's not too hot. You don't need the air conditioning. The view is also better from a tuk-tuk. You see a lot more. So here we are coming into the centre of town. I didn't show the whole of the journey, but the journey was quite comfortable. It just took half an hour, and I didn't have to pay anything extra apart from the $4 that it cost. So in Asia in general, instead of Uber, they use an app called Grab, which at least in Malaysia, in Myanmar, and in Cambodia, I've used this app, and it allows you to call a taxi using your phone. But you don't just have taxis, you can also choose to call a tuk-tuk, a motorbike sometimes, or in Phnom Penh they have something called a remorque, which is like some kind of carriage that can take 4 people towed by a motorbike, which I haven't tried, but it looks quite interesting. So yeah, if you use that, you can save a lot of money on taxis and avoid having to negotiate the price each time you take a taxi. And so it will probably save you money to get a SIM card so that you can use this app. And it also just makes everything a lot easier. You can see in advance how long it's going to take and how much it will cost to get somewhere. So here I am arriving at the place I'm staying in Phnom Penh, which is called the Bridge Club. And it's an apartment complex built on top of a shopping centre in the centre of town. It's all very new. So this is the place? Okay. And that thing that's passing there is a remorque, which is what I was just talking about. You see it's actually a motorbike towing a carriage. So here's my place, the Bridge Club. Let's have a look and see what this looks like. Nice little living room, and we have a view of the city out there. Let's take a look at that. Oh, this balcony goes very long. And the view, this is the 37th floor. And I have a nice ensuite bathroom. And so the price I'm paying for this, now we come back to the kitchen. So that's it, that's the apartment, and that's where we are. So yeah, I'm paying for all of this, and this is, very beautiful. It's like a 5-star hotel, or better than a 5-star hotel probably. I'm paying about £30 a night, I think. Yeah, and I'm glad that I chose this place. This looks like it's going to be very good. So yeah, very nice.